Our next example, example 2. A lasagna tray that feeds 4 people has dimensions 19 centimeters wide, 24 centimeters long, and 7 centimeters deep. If the length and width of the tray were doubled, how many people should this new tray feed? Extend the diagram shown to help explain your answer. Okay, so here's our lasagna tray. Let's label the given dimensions. So 19 by 24 by 7. So 7, I'm gonna safely assume it's the height. The width, they tell us 19 centimeters, and the length will be 24 centimeters long. Now, in example 2, the length and the width are doubled, right? If the length and width are doubled, how many people should this new tray feed? And so what we have to do is, let's double the length and the width. So this is the width. Actually, let me just label it with a W, and this will be our L for length, and this of course stays as the height. Okay, I hope we can all see that. Yes. Okay, now let me just redraw this. It's a sketch, of course. This lasagna tray there. Okay, so now if we're gonna keep the height, is gonna be the same, only the length and width are doubled. So what's double the width? Well, we will have 38 centimeters here. And what's double the length? Well, 24 times 2, that gives us 48 centimeters. Okay, so this is a bigger tray, obviously. This is the smaller tray. So how many people would this new tray feed? Well, how would we go about calculating this? So you may want to pause and calculate it for yourselves, or you can continue along. So how many people should this new tray feed? Well, what we need to do is, first we need to find out the volume of this, and then how do we know how many people this new tray feeds? Well, they tell us that the original tray, so the smaller tray, feeds 4 people. Okay, so that means that each people gets a certain amount, which we're going to need to calculate. And in fact, let's calculate it right now. So I'm going to label this as volume S, S for small, right, for the smaller tray. And what would be the volume of this? Well, we calculate it. We go 19 times 24 times 7. Length times width times height. So you grab a calculator, and I'm getting 3,192, right? 3,192 centimeters cubed. Now that's the volume of this original one. They say it feeds 4 people, so that means each people gets a certain amount. So how do we calculate that? Well, we simply have to divide the volume, 3,192, divided by 4 people to see how much each of these people got. You take these two, you divide them, and you should get 798 centimeters cube per person, right? Let me write this down here again. 7, okay, can write on top of that, 798 centimeters cube per person. Okay, so if we have this, then we can calculate the volume of the bigger tray and then divide it by this to see how many people can this new tray feed. So volume of the bigger tray, so VB. Okay, same thing, length times width times height. So length times width times height. Okay, and that's going to be equal to, well, you put this in your calculator. I hope you can see this on your screen. If not, right, 38 times 48 times 7 equals 12,768 centimeters cubed. Well, that's definitely big, right? Almost 4 times as big, or probably more, than the original one. Now, how do we calculate the number of people that are going to be fed by this? Well, we simply divide the volume of this bigger tray, 12,768, divided by the amount that each person gets, 798 98 centimeters cubed, and the answer for this would be this divided by 798, 16. So we get 16 people are able to feed from this tray. So part B says, suppose each dimension of the tray were doubled, how many people should the larger tray feed? In other words, once again, let me move this up now, we can redraw, and once again, just a rough sketch. I'm not going to worry. Okay, maybe I will worry a little bit. Yes, perfect. So now they tell us that everything doubles, even the height. So the height doubles, so this becomes 14 centimeters. This becomes 38 centimeters, and this becomes 48 centimeters. So in other words, right, this, that, everything double. Okay, so this is what used to be 7, 19, 24, like the previous example, 7, 19, 24. Okay, so now same thing. How many people? So each dimension says is doubled. How many people should the larger tray feed? So same idea. Let's find out the volume of this, and I'm gonna call it. Let's call it VX for like extra large. Okay, so same thing, 14 times 38 times 48, length times width times height. Grab your calculator, and we do 14 times 38 times 48. It's equal to 25,536 centimeters cubed. And now all we have to do is divide the volume of this tray, centimeters cubed, divided by the amount, the portion that each person takes, which we calculated previously as 798 centimeters cubed per person. Let's divide these two, and we should get, divided by 798, we get, wow, 32 people. 32 people.